This is the Baseship Mark II, one of the first ships I built in Space Engineers, so I thought it would be appropriate to be the first ship I tried to 3D print from Space Engineers. So here's a look at the ship. And underneath. And on top. And here's the 3D print of the ship in the real world. As you can see, quality isn't amazing, but it's good enough. You can see there's a few issues with the thrusters of all types printing, and I've also simplified the model a bit. So how did we do that? To start with, we needed to remove detail from the ship as well as excess parts in the interior, because they would still have been printed had I not done that. And also, the whole ship needs to be painted in one colour as to not create internal walls we don't need. So I've just painted it all grey, it doesn't actually matter. Then I've removed the solar panels and a lot of other stuff from the top. Removed the windows because obviously they don't get printed anyway. Then replaced a lot of things in the interior with regular light armour blocks, as well as removing a lot of stuff that isn't actually seen from within the window and just replacing it with light armour blocks. Then I've also completely filled the hangar bay with light armour blocks, and even gone as far as removing the airtight hangar doors. So it's really just the shell of a ship now. Then what we do is we export the model by going Ctrl-Alt-E, and this takes a while. It takes longer the bigger the ship. I'll skip through this step now, and this exports it to be in a folder called Space Engineers on the desktop, which gives us like an icon and all the textures and everything, but we don't need that. All we actually need is this OBJ file. So now we open up FreeCAD, and open the file we just exported, but it needs to be extracted first. Oops, wrong folder, it's the OBJ files one. So then we'll find Baseship Mark II.obj, open it, select the first option. And here we can see a simplified model of the base ship. And what I want to do here is click on it, press Ctrl-A to select all, then Ctrl-E to export it as an STL. So just save that there. And the next thing is to open the slicer software. I use Cura. Open up the relevant file. And I've learnt that it's best to leave it upside down for printing, but we do want to scale it up to 125% so that we've got enough print quality to actually see the details. You could go bigger, but that would make it take very much a long time to print. Then we can just hit slice. I've got the infill density turned right down, and the speed's turned up a bit for the Ender 3. See, that would take 2 hours 41 if we preview it. You can see it's going to do a lot of support here. We can actually do what's called, if we go back to prepare, do what's called a support blocker. And then scale that without uniform scaling to encompass ship and move it such that just the landing gear is sticking out of the support blocker block. And if we hit slice again, it's going to put support on the landing gear but nothing else. And this prints just fine. And as you can see, if we go through the layers, it's just all very gentle infill, 10% density. Then I 3D printed it on my Ender 3 Pro, but the first time the filament got caught up in itself, so it stopped printing halfway through and made this mistake. Just the roof. Then, as for how I got it to be blue, I just used a blue permanent pen. It's hard to do this one-handed, but yeah, I just kind of coloured it in. That's how I ended up with the final result. Just like that. Leave your suggestions in the comments below for ships you would like me to try and print.